Hello everyone, welcome to Progress and Prospects in Biology, the Saturday special lecture series. Thank you for continuously supporting us over the few months. Today is our first session in this new year. Wishing you all a very happy new year. May this new year bring new goals, new achievements, and lots of new inspirations in your life. I am Payal. I will be your moderator for today's session. So before we begin, I would like to remind you that you can post your questions in the YouTube chat box and we shall moderate that at the end of the lecture. The feedback link will be provided in the chat box near the end of the session, not be sent by the mail. And one more thing, please check out our new website. It is ppbiology.wordpress.com and please subscribe our YouTube channel. Our previous talks are archived in our YouTube channel. You can check them out there. So now I will give you a brief introduction of our speaker. Today we have with us someone very special speaker, Dr. Nilanjan Dev. He is an inventor and associate professor in the Department of Agriculture, University of Calcutta. He has an impressive record in patent publications. He has published more than 60 international and national patents. All his inventions and patents are purchased by US companies like Intellectual Ventures, Zenova LLC, Bill Gates, Melinda Gates Foundation, PepsiCo, USA and Meat Australia Limited, Honda, Technovision, and others. He has invented the first ever nanofertilizer in the world. This nanofertilizer has already been patented in USA, China, Australia, India, and many other countries. Besides this invention of nanofertilizer, Dr. Dev has inventions in the field of polymer science, polymeric semiconductor, electronic sensor device, metallurgy, agriculture, nanotechnology, food processing, pharmaceutical, food technology, biochemistry, chemistry, water purification, and others. He completed his PhD in agronomy from Bridhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya and MTech in applied botany from Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. He is currently the associate professor of Department of Agronomy, University of Calcutta. He has awarded a prestigious international fellowship, Erasmus Mundus Mobility for Life, at the Department of Electronic Systems, Aalborg University, Denmark, to work in bioelectronics. And he has awarded many scholarships like University Merit Scholarship, Institute Fellowship at Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, ICMR Project Fellowship at BCKV Nodia, and he received a Distinguished Inventor Award from Edward Jung at the Food and Health Innovation Summit in Beijing, China, in the field of agriculture. He has more than 17 publications, and Dr. Dev is invited and participated in many national and international conferences to lecture. So, sir, without further delay, I would request you to please continue with your talk. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Whatever the lecture I have heard, that I forgot it, that what I have done and something I have done nothing basically. Very small work I could work, and I welcome all the listeners who are there. I cannot see anybody here, but I think that few listeners must be there, and maybe across the academic domains there will be the different uh, uh, listeners and audience. So now here I go with a presentation, very modest presentation, that is a journey from invention to the technology development, and the my only goal in my life to improve the life and the living. Actually, this is a very short term, and now let me just start the journey from here, that what is in my view invention and what is the technology development and what is the journey from ideation to invention and to a technology development. Everybody understands that this journey is not an easy journey. It is a long journey, always, most of the cases, it is a long journey. Nothing happens magically. Everything requires a hard work and a persistent approach towards the destination or towards the goal of a person. So, for improvement of life and living, the universe in front of us, if I make it very small niche around us, the ecology we live, which influences our work, this is the all descriptions has been given by the interpreter and who has introduced this thing. Now let me directly go to the nature, that where from we can get the inspiration for our idea to be an invention, to make it an invention. Now we all have inventive ideas in our mind in different aspects, from cooking, somebody who cooks in the kitchen, like our mothers or anybody who cooks in the kitchen, they have their inventive mind. They can use their different ingredients, spices and others to make it more tastier or make it more beautiful, which is known as garnishing, is known by everybody. Now the garnishing comes after a long work of ideation, invention, and the food is developed, prepared, tasty. Then it comes the question of garnishing. Now I will start from a very basic example, which is not mine. Obviously, I'm telling that Velcro you can see in the screen. I will go very fast after this. I will not describe, I will not take much long time for describing each of the slides. And I will focus only one of the invention. I have nearly 200 inventions sold to US companies. And here, this Velcro, it's very interesting thing that nature is the mother of invention. Swiss engineer George de Mastriel observed bars from the burdock plant that latched on his pants and his dog after a hunting trip. He found that the seeds' tiny hooks allowed them to stick to things which looks like the cotton fibers of pants. Now, here we also know in India, we have different types of weeds in the field. When we just roam around the field, the weeded field, it sticks on the pants, on the clothes. That took long years to develop the Velcro. All of you use Velcro now. We also use in the bags and even the watches, wristwatches everywhere. The Velcro now you understand that is the something which is used for attaching something to another. So now this is the beginning of that. The from the nature, if we get the idea of a new invention, I think that is the abundant source. And next, to my point of view, maybe if the nature prevails there, if we can allow the nature to sustain, it will next, I cannot count how many million years it will provide the inspiration for getting new inventions for us. Now, here I am directly coming to ideation, invention, and then I will go to the technology development in a very small minuscule state. I will be telling you this. What is this? If you think about, you can, anyone can tell that these are the asymmetric ropes tangled at some points which are encircled by red. These are the asymmetric ropes. This shows the impression of any of that. I think that everybody is having this type of impression, maybe fibers or something like, if you are getting your imagination a little bit deeper. But when we will look into this, Many of you can suggest that what is it. Now, this is the spider web, what I am thinking and talking about. This is not my invention. I'm giving my photograph. I have taken this photograph, and I'll be telling you at the end of this story that why this spider web is coming becoming so much important here and in future. One can work on these, or somebody is people, scientists are across the globe are surely interested in doing. Engineers, mechanical engineers, chemists, chemical engineers, even the biologists are also interested in this spider web. Now, this spider web is around 6 feet tall. It is a very long spider web, and this spider's silk is often thought as some of the strongest material on earth. This is very amazing thing that the people claimed in the Nature, the Science journal. Science is a very well-known journal, high impact factor journal. So it is claimed to be 5 times stronger than steel. That comparison is not perfect. I am also not very much in same opinion of with the scientists. If human could manufacture spider cell on an industrial scale, which they have been trying to do for decades, it could be lead an era of lightweight bulletproof vests, helmets. Can you imagine that where it can go, the spider web? Super strong threads and patches that would be used during surgery, and even lightweight airplane fuselages. Now, however, next slide I'll be going. This is the screenshot I have taken. That is the science publication. That links is also there. You can get that thing in the from the internet easily. So this story, cut the long story short, a spider web. It is abundantly everywhere in the nature, and if science has to look into it, it is made of some components. Obviously, it is some biological materials are there. Excreta from a spider is there. Now, we have to think about, we have to go into the deep of it to just uh, how we can utilize these abundantly available natural biological material which is forming such a strong fiber or threads for the purposes of whatever has been mentioned, or maybe many more purposes will be there. Now, let me come to my one invention, that is a polymer I have synthesized from chlorophyll. I will only talk about a single invention out of my hundreds of inventions which are already patented or kept as a trade secret. PepsiCo has kept many of the inventions, at least few numbers they have kept as a trade secret, but many are filed also. You can see it in the Google. Now, chlorophyll polymer, coming to here, this is a very interesting thing. Chlorophyll polymers, which has been invented by me, and this is, I think that this is a very simple work what I have done here, and very simple, but it is novel. It is novel certainly, and the novelty is there, and the novelty is there. This chlorophyll is a tetrapyral structure having a magnesium atom inside it and having a long phytol tail. So this material is abundantly available. Now, again, I am telling the same thing. Just please remember, from invention, ideation, an inventor must focus on something. Many of the cases must focus on something. The resources where from we are going, the resources must be abundantly and cheaply available, because a technology which is simple and which is unique is useful for the human or the purpose of the living. Maybe human, maybe non human also, the purpose of the earth basically. That must be the primary goal of an inventor. Why I am doing this and how I am doing this, what are the basic ingredients I am using. For that matter, chlorophyll is an abundant source. You need not to have to pluck a leaf from a plant. Plant sheds sufficient amount of leaves. And now this chlorophyll has that structure of the tetrapodal structure. And this invention has, interestingly, this is one of the structure of the chlorophyll. I will get into a little bit of this use of it first. And what has been happened, chlorophyll, I have made this chlorophyll as a semiconductor polymer, electrically conductive polymer material it has become. And I have made few films of this polymer. Those films are acting as a semiconductor material. Now, one aspect I am telling you that there will be many other aspects. One aspect I am telling you for the use of these things, fruits, vegetables, meats, fish, and milk are subjected to various supply chains that often require traveling long distances, temperature fluctuation, and handling by packaging and packaging equipments. Such supply chains may result in contamination by microorganisms such as bacteria and fungi, which can generate unpleasant odors and or toxic substances that may be harmful to human and animal health. Volatile compounds have been identified that relate to the growth of the several microorganisms in biological samples. Early detection, now focus here, early detection of the microorganisms offering many advantages for quality control in the food industry. New sensor technologies are needed to identify high quality food, including fruits, vegetables, meat, fish, milk for producers and for end consumers. The present technology, which I am now describing, that the chlorophyll polymer, relates to low cost chlorophyll polymer, which may be conductive and may be used as a sensor or devices for the rapid detection of food quality or fruits and vegetables, meats, fish, and milk. These sensors or devices may also be doped with various pigments that may be capable of determining food spoilage. For example, detection of volatile organic compound that is known as VOC. I think that many of you from this field know uh, this type of instances happening in the cases. In in the structures, if we go to the structure of this invention, let me make it a little bit easier to understand for the others who are not related or connected with the field of this biochemistry or chemistry or chemical technology. Now, chlorophyll is a tetrapyral structure which is a four pyrrole in a cyclic manner. Now, what I have done very simple thing. Mane, if you tell me that I am becoming too much humble, it is not that. It is that my nature, my thing is that I always remain like this. Now, this invention is a very simple invention. I am telling you. If I give a story of this ideation, that ideation is that I have been requested by the US companies for 6 months for doing some conductive material for sensing the spoilage of the food, milk, fruit, something like that, if it is possible to electronic sensor material. So it was there in my back of my mind while I was going for a prayer. Then I found on the road the trees every day I used to see. That same tree came to me. The leaves in front of me on the road came to me as a new idea. I saw that leaves. I saw the color of the leaf in the evening, and I saw it is green. I thought it contains chlorophyll, that's why it is green. I saw the leaves fallen on the tree, it is yellow. And I know that it is because that magnesium, most of the reason is there, many other reasons may be there. That is, it has become yellow. Magnesium is removed from that inside core, many of the cases. I'm not going into any controversy that anybody will be arguing with me, no, this and that. But just I am having a very simple ideation. Then I thought this is a chlorophyll which is tetrapyral cyclic structure. I imagined that whether I can make a linear structure of these four pyrroles. I made it in my laboratory in the next day. In that next very first chance I got in the morning, I made that the linear structure. Then I thought I can bind one tetrapyral linear structure into another and make a long polymeric chain out of it. I made it and I have tested it electrically. I have tested it along with the assistance of the US company chemists. They have suggested how to do the all testing and the electronic people. It has been passed the quality test, and it has found that semiconductor material has the conductivity of -10 to +10 volt, and it is very interestingly found to be detecting the VOC, volatile organic compound, released from the. This is the another structure. Just I'm not going deep into this technology of it. Let me just having a little bit surface the material. So it was found that it is electrically conductive and it is semiconductor material having a certain range of voltage, certain range of electrical conductivity. Beyond that, it is becoming absolute insulator. Now, here, the present technology, what I have told already. Now, what I have done, I have just impregnated this conductive polymer material with few biologically available pigments. This is an anthocyanin pigments which is coated under certain uh, agents, coating agents. Here I have coated under silicon these materials, and these are the transmission electron microscopy images of those uh, molecules. Now, these has an interesting another application. I will not enter into that episode because it will take another 3 hours to talk about. That is electronic ink, e-ink, which is known as. If anybody is interested, they can go into that episode. I have few inventions in that e-ink area, but here what I have done, this anthocyanin pigment has a unique characteristics that according to the pH changes, the color changes. From blue to red, it color changes. We know the hibiscus and also the blueberries flowers. Both contains anthocyanin pigments, but due to the change of the pH, the color changes. Now, Aparajita flower is there in Bengal. It is abundantly available. That contains anthocyanin, same anthocyanin pigments, more or less same, which is there in the hibiscus flower. That is uh, Java flowers. We know it. So, however, here is the larger image of a 50 nanometer. Around it will be more than 50, 100 nanometer range. A single pigment picture. Now here we come that how I have experimented in a very I always call it a dipstick experiment for this getting the efficacy of it, how to calculate the. Oh, Langra variety mango has been taken, and I need not to describe that whatever this multimeter, basically, I don't have any other gadgets in my lab other than multimeter and uh, UV spectrophotometer. Actually, this is the a glass I have taken, a water glass I have taken. I have put two mangoes inside it, and the conductive polymer I put into it, and I have tested the VOC. After a few minutes, maybe 1 minute after that putting that fruits inside it, and it has shown different VOC, and after that it has been tested by me and a blind test with two other fellows who have shown that higher VOC containing mango has given the better taste and the sweeter taste. Now, this is the banana which has been tested for its freshness. The overripe banana has shown to be higher VOC, and which is not uh, that percentage. Overripe banana and the fresh banana is also not that fresh. It is, you can see the black spots are there already, but this is a very local banana available in Bengal, in this region. Everybody, we are accustomed with it, but I have tested with the Singapore banana also, that a few others also, but few photos are here. You can see the VOC, the more VOC, volatile organic compound, the gases which are coming into it, they are basically exciting the electron in the polymer inside it, and that it has become conductive more. That in case of fresh banana, in case of overripe banana, more VOC is there. That why it is actually in the conductimeter 4.21. It is the resistance it is showing in the mega ohm basically. I think it is kilo ohm. Now here it is 0.082 kilo ohm. That means that it is conductivity is very higher. So the resistance is lower. Actually, this is the mechanism I have used to describe it. Other than I don't have any other instruments in my facility. So here I have tested another one, that freeze damaged lime and overripe lime and the fresh harvested lime, and the similar type of results. And repeatedly, I have repeated these experiments for several times, more than 100 times I have tested it, that whether they are giving the consistent result. Actually, replication is very important for getting a confidence in the mind of the inventor. If you are not confident enough, if I am not confident enough, then I never go for anything anywhere. Immediately I abandon that thing. I try it, then I abandon it within 1 or 2 days, and I go for the which will be much more, because there are many things than other than sticking to a thing where which is not working if I am not confident enough. Here you are getting 0.27 and 2.24 and 5.50. Huge differences in the conductivity. More rotten material is giving the more VOC. That's why it is increasing the conductivity. That's why the resistance is reducing there in the. Here it is very interesting thing is that is required. I think that now we are coming very close to the technology development. From my invention ideation, I have already told, and I've had a limited time in space. I think that 11 minutes is there for me. So here is a bottle of milk, and bottle of milk, just one example I have given, it can be added to any pouch there. If we think about the colorful conductive polymeric tag on the bottle of pouch, just this is my imagination and ideation, that polymeric pouch, if it is conductive, then I can just think about the electronic arrangement for that, from charging and discharging something is that. If it is not even conductive polymer, if it is the polymer, and if it is added with that color, which can react or which can change the color with the response to the acidity. And all we know, the fermentation of the milk turns the milk acidic. Now, when a green colored polymer, if the milk becomes acidic, it is in contact, the polymer is in contact with the milk, it will turn colorless or red. That will give the ideation of the grade one, the spoilage one, the grade one, that is white, the grade two spoilage, that grade one spoilage means that immediately consume it, it will be okay. But when it will become red, absolutely. Here you can see in green there is, if you drop of HCl is added to it, pH, it is a very general knowledge, class 6 knowledge basically, this one. But application is most important, whatever you learn in your schools, if you can remember throughout your life, it will help you to give a beautiful thing for the people, for you also, a good feeling inside you. That is the most important thing. You will be happy to give somebody something. That's the most important thing from an inventor. That another episode is that this polymer, chlorophyll semiconductor material, that is chlorophyll, CP means conductive polymer, is brought to normal state, from its energized state to its normal state, by simply heating by a glowing CFL tube. That I have sent, done it several times. So this material is reusable. If you use to make a sensor for detection of spoilage of material or the freshness of material in the stores and in the stacks or during transportation in the bulk material. We can use this type of sensors, and the biology is playing a great role over here. You can remember that this is the chlorophyll basically. Here that is that what has been told that Edward Jung, this is the photo, my photo is insignificant here. Edward Jung, he has around 2000 plus US and other international patents in his pocket. It is not a easy thing having 2000 plus international patent. He was the CFO, I think that, if I am not wrong, in the Microsoft for many years. I cannot tell that how many years he was there with Bill Gates, but he was there with me. We had a wonderful chat. I am really fortunate to have chat, dinner and breakfast with him for long period of time, and learning how to invent. I asked him how to invent, and I ask when I meet any inventor or any person that how you invent. I always ask everybody. Now here, this is, I think that I am well ahead in time. I have few minutes more. A little bit of philosophy I want to share with everybody. Before going into the philosophy of my mind, I have to tell one thing that the the work episode, the journey, how we are developing an idea in the mind, and then invention, and then inventing some technology, some device, some methodology, or some new molecule if we are devising or we are developing or inventing some molecule, then testing it. That satisfaction comes to the inventor when it is used by somebody. When some people tell you, yes, it has given me some relief, it has given me this benefit. That is the main goal of a person, a inventor. Always he is happy with the person's happiness. Always this is there. So that philosophy makes an inventor extremely simple and extremely humble and extremely down to earth. More the cleaner in the mind the inventor be, better the reflection of the new new things will be there. The muddier the mind will be, the the mind is not able to reflect the right, or the light not allowed to go deep inside the mind. If it is not transparent enough, deep enough, the simplicity makes the mind of an inventor extremely cleaner, surface to the depth of it, to the bottom of it. So many things reflects there. So there is no barrier of the disciplines remains. Here, whatever photo I am showing, it is you have already read it. I think I am from Shantiniketan originally, and my house is in Shantiniketan, inside the Shantiniketan. Actually, we are very old Shantiniketan people. My father was literator, late Chittaranjan Dev. I admire my father and mother too much. That's why I didn't move. I was a basically student of physics, but I left physics. I have studied agriculture only to get a job. I am telling you, and I have done physics. I have left physics because my father retired when I was studying 12. Now, agriculture is a very good job, a good subject to get a job. That was there, but my destination was totally different there, and now I am having a more and more work. Whatever work in my mind is there still, I have done simply 1% of that, not more than that. And whatever work is there, I think that my lifespan is not that much that I will do able to do 20 to 30% of that, not much of that. So now come to the philosophy of it, that this is the it is not a forest. This is my house. I'm telling you, believe me. After the lockdown, I went there at Shantiniketan. I drove to Shantiniketan. I used to drove there many times, but this after the lockdown, it was a long time, 8 months I drove there. But I thought that I found that nobody has cleaned my house. But nature, what has done beautifully? What I have found beautiful in the nature? It has occupied the whole all void spaces what we have created. That nature has immense capacity. Whatever wrong we may do with the nature, it will it will fill the voids. So here, for life and living, if we get towards the nature more and more, I think that we can learn more and more, and we can give more and more. What we get, that is not important for me, but what I give is much, much, much more important for me. So here, I think that I must uh, stop my lecture here. This is the, in very brief, one explanation I have given, that what uh, I am doing and what I can share with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful talk,
Thank you very
and
much.
it
Thank
was
you very
a very informative and innovative talk. It was. Uh, Today, we have no questions. Um, Sir, if you can share your journey and your some.
Anybody
Uh,
can any questions. There is no issue. If somebody is there sitting listening to it, I am just I can welcome anybody can ask any questions. I am just can I can give regarding this science, particularly these inventions, and this is the topic actually that is that the question I can invite, that is there. We can share our ideas. I can learn at least if you somebody talks there. And while you can talk, if there is there anybody while?
uh, no, sir. Uh, Sir, please you share, please, your journey.
Okay. Now the thing is there. These this is a wonderful opportunity has been given by Professor Ena Roy Banerjee. I'm thankful to her that giving this opportunity, and I am extremely optimistic that this work, that PPB, that this work is being done, that and for the betterment of the science, basically as a whole, that how we can enrich our ideas and we can enrich our scientific knowledge, and we can contribute a little bit for the people. That is the most important thing that we can do. So there are many other areas in case of particularly you can ask me anything if you want to ask, that I can just speak.
Yes, sir. Here is a question.
Hmm.
Uh, Akashinda Marik is asking, are you there any possible ways for using this polymer in medicine, like quality of blood or plasma?
Yeah, very good question, Akashina Marik. And this polymer is widely used in medicine. You are talking about the pharmaceuticals, I think, mostly that medicine, actually, there are different areas of using polymer. That one way, if the polymer is non-toxic, then there is the first thing is that we have to think about whatever it is, a vaccine or it is a polymer for string making, for stitching, something like that, whatever it may be. The first criteria in pharma is that it must be toxicity study must be done for that. This is the primary thing. Whatever the efficacy, it is the latter it will come. If even if the efficacy is 100%, but there is 50% toxicity, it will be rejected. So, however, there are the different possible ways, and the people are trying to induce uh, the polymer, the semiconductor materials in the form of polymer, and it is if it is water soluble, and it is working as semiconductor material, that is that when you are injecting it inside the body or outside that plastic surgery, if you think about, or putting some wounds, cutting some wounds, somewhere wounds, some surgery has been made, we have to stitch it, that all the stitch marks are there. Now there are many other glues are available which are used for removing that, which are used for not using that all the stitching threads. Now these dissolvable threads, that there is a huge possibility that we can think about these polymers, chlorophyll polymers or biopolymers, you can think about that for using. Really, there is a huge possibility someone can work in that area.
Sir, Kishi Darpan also asking that in case of fruits and vegetables, can this polymer using?
Post harvest management, it is a huge area. Post harvest management, if this polymeric material, this is one of the technology that can be globally accepted, this technology. If this has been brought into the aspect of technology, that I have told in the very beginning, that from invention to technology, it is a actually it takes a long journey. It is a long journey. Now here, a sensor material, a low cost sensor material, you can make a sensor device, just like if you're going to a mall, if you check it, that the mall have all the persons standing in the mall, they're having in their hand one detecting device that can detect the prices tags, they can detect it. That also has invention, that has patent. Somebody has patents, and somebody is getting royalty out of it. So here also, if we are having a device, making an electronic device using these polymers, earlier, first of all, that will be a huge area that for detecting. Say, for example, one example I am giving, whether the fruit is ripe enough to harvest. In a banana field, if somebody wants to detect it, now there is no tool in the hand. You have to use your personal observation, and it will vary from man to man. That somebody will tell this bunch of banana is not enough ripe to harvest today, it will be harvested tomorrow. Somebody will tell no, it has to be harvested 3 days after. But if you are having certain machine inside in your hand, just touching the banana bunch, if you touching the banana bunch, it will tell this is the perfect time of harvesting. So there is no question of having any human error inside in it. Even for the milk, a packet of milk, a pouch of milk, the milk is also an agricultural commodity, you know it, and it is a hugely used agriculture commodity. Package of milk is spoiled, you know it, that is spoiled. When we boil it, we only know it is spoiled or not. Otherwise, you cannot know it. But if the package is tagged with, the pouch is tagged with a sensor tag, it will immediately detect that it is spoiled. You will not purchase. If the color is green, you purchase it, the best quality. If color is light green, you can purchase it, but use today. If color is white, it will be told that you purchase and immediately use. If color is red, it will be rejected. So this category you can make it. Yes, certainly.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for answering these questions. Um, that's also the questions that
Thank
we
you
have
very much.
today. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much again, Professor Ena Roy Banerjee, for giving me the opportunity. And thank you, Payal. Thank you, Sinjini. And stay safe.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and please check out our website. and subscribe our YouTube channel. Please join us on 16th January again on our next Saturday special lecture. Thank you again for joining us. Take care. Good night.